You know, we've met a lot of characters along the way, some of them slightly more helpful than others. But no one's been completely mind-numbingly evil, so what is the side plan of this magician at the minute? But if you've at least seen any of the other episodes of Index, you'll know that, well, how it handles storyline resolutions is, mostly good, but with some sacrifices. So I'm holding out reservation that this is going to be any different. But as you know, this is the last episode of this season. There are some OVAs, so I'll be giving them to you shortly. But for now, I hope you enjoy the last episode of Index, and I will be moving on to the next in line of the show. I have to be careful of how I word this to not confuse people. But there is also a poll going on my Discord at the minute, so if you want to have a quick look at that and see what's there, it doesn't seem as though the king is going to be toppled anytime soon, but you never know. So, tuck yourself in, get yourself a drink. Let's begin. So now there's a hose pipe leading down, so you don't have to just jump down the hole. She couldn't have gotten too far, Toma. I am thinking that because this is the end of the season, that he might actually get there too late for once. But now, we've seen her take some damage before. Is there an upper limit of harm that a construct of multiple consciousness can really take? And are we going to see more of the double, triple, quadruple agent? The confusing Hawaiian shirt wearing, basically like the Oshino Meme of this show. And as was pointed out several times in the last episode that I posted, this episode is doing its best to build the world and show what exactly is out there. And if I want plot progression, storylines, and a lot more, I need to keep watching. Even with an Imagine Breaker destroy all magic and Esper abilities hand, a concrete pillar might be out of his capabilities. She doesn't have a way to confirm when Eris has actually done its work. Is it really the time to be conversing like this? Because they've tried. So kind of like forcing Accelerator Oh. Kind of like forcing Accelerator to be even stronger. They were trying to... create something powerful again. Christ, okay. So she's gone through some stuff. Yeah, but just because people have thought about all kinds of stuff. The fight between mages and espers. The fight between just different countries. There will always be conflict. Yeah. How can you protect yourself from a cave-in? Quick, disrupt her magic. He might not have the calculative abilities like some of the other espers, but... punch. But I wouldn't stick around here for too long. She wants to find a reason for why her friend died. So, once again, it's not really just someone being unnecessarily evil. Then you're going about a funny way of doing it. Can she call off the golem if she has a change of heart? Considering she put it into auto mode. She was motivated by fear of loss. Why is he allowed to have a friend when she lost hers? I'm not sure what a stick of chalk would have done. Well, regular chalk against a fist would crumble anyway. Ah, so that's what forced it. Now, you probably wouldn't want to just leave her alone in the tunnel like that, but at the same point, it's not really time to spare. And this is where I can't remember her name. Kazaki. Impressive. I wouldn't mind that kind of healing. But considering she's hollow, I wonder how much she actually weighs. So the amount of force it would have taken to cause that destruction in the chest. Hold on, Sphinx! It's good that this is happening in the around a construction work rather than an inhabited area. And she's resolved herself for that fate. What is the limit to her capabilities as a artificial being? Not entirely true. If that's the case, then humans would have been screwed a long time ago. Ah, Kazakiri. Yeah, you can be happy, but he's just leaping into a golem made of concrete and rebar. Even with his abilities, he would have just broken his wrist. It's over and it didn't take a monster. But then again, maybe it did. Someone's gonna have to clean up that mess, yeah. If this was recorded on, like, security cameras or something, would he be in trouble for, causing the littering? What a great way of ruining the mood of what just transpired. You can't really talk her out of it. Yep, bye. What just happened? And she's thinking she has to now seclude herself. I don't think she's allowed to decide this for herself. Be careful, Tom. Yeah, you don't want to find out what happens if he accidentally touches her. And it's a perfectly understandable reason to get involved. So why not, you know, say any of this to Index? Simple things, really. What's he doing with his hand? I wouldn't have brought Sphinx up here like that. Probably not safe. She's going to be more... well... she's going to be relieved, but also a bit angry that she ran away. Do not jump up here. It's a nice satisfactory conclusion there. It doesn't matter who you are or your background, but as long as you have the capabilities of being a friend, then everyone can have happiness, I guess. Oh no, there's more going on there. Interesting. That's one way to become like gods. I can't hear the name Crowley without smiling. Everything's going according to plan. And is it just definitionally angels and heaven and all that? How long has he been in the tube? Completely unscathed. She's standing on a box. Got to get a good angle to bash him on his head. You could have been less ambiguous about your reasoning of warning. Yep. Get some distance from them. It's fine, the doctor can patch him back up. everything that's happened really is a bit strange. Yeah, people don't usually fizzle and blur like that. So she has a low operational lifespan kind of thing. Maybe you should start wearing a glove. This is a goodbye moment, isn't it? You can only manifest a physical form for so long. So as long as there's people there, that's just as lonely, though. At least you can have that kind of goodbye. There's a lot of people who wish that they were so lucky. And how many of you would spend your days riding those Roombas for a while instead of walking? Is there another transfer student? He's going to be late for class. And were the doctor's expertise enough to help accelerate her? Oh no, you're gonna have to go in and get it. Jesus. Can you think of a more contrived situation? But life goes on. Okay. It's been a while since we've seen red hair magician guy. But no one can be... Actually, no, everyone who has a tea set, teacup, saucer, and cakes, they have to be evil. That is a mood. Are you unable to go to the convenience store herself? Just throw it at her and run away. I'm not sure she's getting much sustenance from his scalp. But we had a wild ride in this episode. A battle essentially just for remembrance and to make sure that someone's life meant something in the end. Realization of one's character, and it really doesn't matter what your background or really anything is. As long as you're capable of higher thought, you can make some friends. In fact, you probably don't even need higher thought. And one more emotional goodbye down. The world isn't looking so bleak. Can we expect her to return in the future? Maybe an unexpected ex machina at some point. And how many countries are going to get involved by the end of it all? Hopefully you'll be there. Hopefully you'll be there to see it along with me. I've enjoyed this series so far and I want to see more. Honestly, the best way of making sure I do is to, well, one, to keep bugging me about it, but also show your support by leaving a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and you've reached this far and you're not subscribed? Okay. But still, you can show your support with this series by leaving a like on the video and also subscribing so you don't miss what comes up in the future. There's probably going to be more in the future. So, I'll be waiting around for that. I'm not really going anywhere. If I don't fizzle out of existence, at least. But before I do go, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. If you want to be a friend to the not quite human and the potentially able to be labelled as a monster that is my channel, then consider joining on to my Patreon. Because so far Sal, Raywin, Electricant, Dynamite1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Dark Shadow 7899, Matt and everyone else have kept me together long enough to not fully vanish. Although if I could repair limbs and joints like that, that would be actually quite useful.